A monster-sized nosh with 3 different meats, a chicken feast from the undisputed Biscuit King, it's a breakfast battle royale, and only one sandwich stacks higher than the rest. Hardee's is known for doling out satisfying fast food that's good for combating the most insatiable appetite. That's why we were initially thrilled to see the brand dishing up its loaded omelet biscuit. According to Hardee's, the loaded omelet biscuit features everything you love about omelets but in sandwich form. Filled with ham, bacon, and shredded sausage pieces, this breakfast sandwich had us approaching it with nothing but confidence. But does it measure up? Sadly, it doesn't. While the sandwich itself tastes pretty decent, breakfast fans can't help but feel cheated when they compare what's advertised on the menu to what they actually get. The made-from-scratch biscuit sandwich is often only filled with sporadic clumps of meat and a messy serving of unfolded egg. Because of the presentation, consumer opinion concerning this item has been so low that we sadly had to rank it as the least alluring fast food biscuit on the market. You know how some menu items sound like a good idea, but once you start chewing, it's a totally different story? That's how certain folks seem to feel about Krystal's Donut-Glazed Chick biscuit. Described as having a hefty piece of deep-fried chicken buried between 2 biscuit layers and drizzled with sweet glazed donut frosting, you'd think you'd be headed for serious flavor territory. Unfortunately, this breakfast biscuit isn't quite what it seems. The sandwich tastes like a regular chicken biscuit with only a hint of sugar stashed somewhere in the mix. Despite the fact that it's topped with milky white icing drizzle, this sandwich somehow doesn't quite capture the donut vibe that many are anticipating. Instead, the biscuit comes off dry and seems to absorb too much of the frosting to offer any notable sweetness. Nevertheless, the savory flavor of the chicken is pleasant, though some have left wondering if this isn't simply a basic Krystal Chick biscuit with a few dribbles of icing thrown on top. Wendy's Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit features crispy chicken candied in maple honey butter sauce and squished between 2 yummy biscuits. Sounds delicious, right? All in all, most haven't been let down when it comes to the flavor of this unexpected offering at Wendy's. The biscuit is moist and tender, and the chicken proves well seasoned. The only problem with this sweetly tempting chicken biscuit is the name chosen for it. A honey butter chicken biscuit would suggest that the flavor would be naturally rich in honey, but instead, Wendy's honey butter chicken biscuit is actually coated in a maple honey spread, with the honey taking a backseat to the robust maple flavor. Sure, honey and maple both taste amazing atop a pillowy morning biscuit, but given the name of the sandwich, some feel a bit cheated by the lack of honey flavor. If you're yearning for an early feast that packs a bit of heat and plenty of delicious flavors, Bojangles Cajun Chicken Filet Biscuit might just be the pick for you. This popular fast food chain specializes in familiar Southern food, with its fried chicken and biscuit selections standing out above the rest. Naturally, we'd assume that Bojangles would outdo itself with this chicken biscuit. And thankfully, we weren't wrong.
Because when it comes to down-home cooking, it's not our first rodeo.
The Bojangles Cajun Chicken Filet Biscuit is one of the tastier chicken biscuits out there, with its flavorful heat layered against the buttery, fresh-baked biscuit. While the chicken may come off a bit dry at times, it isn't anything that a slathering of Bojangles pimento cheese can't handle. In fact, this is the way a lot of people choose to enjoy the company's chicken filet. The velvety pimento cheese adds yet another layer of traditional Southern comfort, sending this chicken biscuit up and over the edge. The Bojangles Steak Biscuit is a bit of an atypical breakfast sandwich, but it's incredibly tasty nonetheless. Lovers of fried steak will swoon for this meaty combo as a quick, easy, and reliable choice on the go. At first blush, it appears to be a simple slab of meat stacked against a regular biscuit. But despite its mundane appearance, this steak biscuit puts in a lot of work to stimulate your taste buds. While Bojangles biscuits rarely disappoint, believe it or not, it's the steak that steals the show. It's hearty and flavorful, making it the perfect pick-me-up for ravenous carnivores in need of something meaty to start their day. The one downside is that while the steak biscuit tastes great to most, some may be underwhelmed by the simplicity of the Southern biscuit. For those who want a bit more pizzazz, try adding egg and cheese. And to take it one step further, ladle a heaping helping of pimento cheese on top. McDonald's Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit really steps up to the plate. The biscuit itself is moist and delicate, though it does tend to crumble when you sink your teeth into it. The flavor is there, with different layers of the sandwich working seamlessly to provide satisfaction to eager tongues. If there's one negative thing worth noting about this item, it's the modest bacon portions. Now, this isn't entirely McDonald's fault. When compared to thick-set sausage rounds, bacon is naturally thinner, and so it sort of plays second fiddle to the hefty portions of egg and cheese. With that said, this breakfast biscuit tastes good enough to keep it from bottoming out at the lower end of our list. McDonald's sausage biscuit with egg is a welcome change to the ever-popular Egg McMuffin, and when compared to other breakfast biscuit offerings, we're happy to announce it doesn't disappoint. This item comes in as a straightforward yet satiating breakfast option, making it an easy choice when you're on the run. McDonald's sausage, in general, tends to get us salivating over its spicy and savory umami taste. Slap that between two flaky biscuits halves, and you've got a near-perfect flavor combination. Despite this incredible first impression, the egg on the sandwich may not add much to the overall taste. Nevertheless, it does provide a bit of moisture for the biscuit. Pair it up with crispy hash browns, and you've got an awesome start to your day.
At McDonald's, we're fixing a hot, delicious breakfast just for you.
Wendy's sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit starts with the rich and savory flavor of sausage and couples it with hot, salty biscuits to deliver an item almost more comforting than a home-cooked meal. Some reviewers consider the biscuit their favorite bread option from Wendy's. On top of that, many love the fact that it can withstand the weight of the inner contents of the sandwich. So, do we recommend the Wendy's sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit? We most certainly do. This is another simple but delectable option to tickle your taste buds before starting the day. For those of you who just can't get enough classic breakfast flavor, the Burger King sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is an astonishingly good rendition of this ever-loved fast food breakfast staple. So what is it about this particular biscuit that we love so much? From the egg all the way down to the biscuit, you're looking at the full spectrum of fresh flavor. Reviewers concur that it's one of the better choices, not only on the Burger King breakfast menu, but also in the world of fast food biscuit sandwiches in general. If you're looking for something quick, tasty, and inexpensive to line your stomach before the start of your day, Burger King's sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is a flaky and tender way to make it happen. Carl's Jr. is yet another fast food chain to dish out a brilliant take on this commonplace yet delectable sandwich. Expect this chain's sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit to come stacked with neatly tucked eggs, sizzling sausage, cheese, and a tender buttermilk biscuit.
This is made from scratch.
Though this Carl's Jr. frontrunner is absolutely amazing, compared to the breakfast burger sold by the same company, it might seem rather minuscule. Nevertheless, you can count on Carl's Jr.'s sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit to satisfy your cravings in a way that's unapologetically basic. The Chick-fil-A bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit may be one of the most unexpected contenders thus far. Coming from a restaurant that prides itself almost exclusively on breaded chicken, you'd think that anything from this establishment that didn't start its life with feathers would be subpar at best. Believe it or not, the Chick-fil-A bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit is anything but. This sandwich is loaded with applewood bacon, tender eggs, and a light biscuit to top things off. Reviewers describe the biscuit as tasting buttery and flavorful, proving to be a great pair-up with savory eggs. As for the bacon, it delivers mostly a chewy texture, but it has hints of crispiness here and there, with flavor still excellent enough to make it worth the purchase. Despite the tastiness of the sandwich, some out there may find this pick a little too salty, but when it comes to breakfast biscuits, saltiness is often the name of the game. Ham, bacon, and sausage all lumped together on one tenderly delicate fresh-baked biscuit? It sounds too good to be true, but it's not. Burger King's fully loaded buttermilk biscuit ranks high on this list, mainly because of how much is stacked in the sandwich. After all, who can argue with all of America's most treasured breakfast meats packed between fresh eggs, gooey cheese, and hot buttered biscuits? As it turns out, BK fans brave enough to give this gutbuster a try give it a big thumbs up. Having said that, we'll admit that there is a time and place for a breakfast banger this big. You may not wake up every morning feeling ravenous enough to stuff your face with a trio of meats, but like a good friend, it's there when you need it. Also, it's important to note that because there are so many layers of cured meat here, not everyone will appreciate its texture. You'll undoubtedly need a gallon of water or two to combat your thirst after your binge. If you've got a fondness for variety and are in need of a deluxe-style biscuit sandwich, you may wish to sample the Carl's Jr. Monster Biscuit the next time you hit up its drive-thru.
Not recommended for people easily frightened by monsters, children under the age of 5, vegetarians, or consumers afraid to eat food items bigger than their own heads.
Much like Burger King's fully loaded biscuit, this selection is packed full of sausage, bacon, cheese, and egg. Yes, it's true the ham is missing, but not every day can be Christmas. And there are plenty of other good things about this biscuit that are sure to make up for it. One of the things we respect most about the Monster Biscuit is its devotion to cheesiness. And not just any cheesiness, mind you. Unlike other breakfast biscuits we've discussed, this sandwich features not one type of cheese, but two, layering molten Swiss with melty American for a flavor mashup that's hard to resist. Chick-fil-A reigns supreme as our top pick for the best breakfast biscuit on the market. If you've ever taken a bite out of the company's chicken, egg, and cheese biscuit, you'll likely already know why this unique take on the traditional breakfast sandwich brings us more joy than you could ever imagine. According to Chick-fil-A, this all-star chicken sandwich starts with a fresh buttermilk biscuit, which is then topped with a luscious egg, classic American cheese, and a boneless chicken breast. But not just any chicken breast, this one is pressure-cooked in peanut oil to create that signature Chick-fil-A taste. The result is a fulfilling daybreak bite that is far more deserving of your coin than many other options out there. Reviewers agree, expressing how hot eggs, cheese, and crunchy chicken are the epitome of a great way to kick off your day. Don't believe us? Give it a go. We trust you'll love it. It really is the one breakfast sandwich out there fully deserving of your cash.